Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am really excited as I'm going to show you guys some of my old sketchbooks, or at least the ones that I have saved over the years. So this is my first sketchbook you're seeing here, and it is from around 2013. I started sketching after being inspired to take up drawing after seeing some of the amazing artwork online by other artists. So I started taking this online figure drawing class. Well, this isn't actually the class. This is actually, I went to a live drawing class. I was a bit frustrated on this day, and the teacher had to show me how to draw this guy laying on his back. And he said, use cubes. And I was like, this is what we've been learning in school. So these poses, some of them are 2 minutes, some of them are 3 minutes, some of them are 30 minutes. I really like the live drawing class. I found it really relaxing. Although every now and again I look around at other people's sketchbook and I'm like, wow, my art isn't as nearly as good as their art. That's really bad. Don't ever compare your art. I learned later, don't compare your art to anyone else's. Just appreciate where you are at and whatever process. The process it will take to get you better takes time. So you just gotta enjoy the process. So the online classes I was taking, the teacher encouraged us to do live classes. So I did that class for like a year. And then I dropped out because I'm like, my art isn't as good as everyone else's. Yeah, I was just at that stage. So I decided, I look around again on the internet and I saw a different type of art, which is cartoony. I was like, this is hilarious. So I just started to look at how to cartoon real faces without having to draw them like realistically. So this is what you're seeing here. I'm just practicing different face drawing, different expressions, different gestures, trying to simplify the drawing as much as I possibly can. So I actually started drawing from a lookbook. This girl here, yeah, she's from a lookbook. Yeah, so these sketches are actually from an online lookbook that I was just trying to draw clothes and people. So yeah, so these are sketches from the lookbook, and then I started to draw children. They are not as easy to draw as they seem, but they are fun, but they're just not as easy. This little girl here with the one leg. Why didn't I put in another leg? So I'm trying to play around with different shapes, face shapes, and different expressions again. Yeah, I found this one actually very fun. This is actually, yeah, I found it very fun though. More lookbook sketches from girls. I think this is the longest I've ever drawn. I drew every day from that lookbook. Here I'm just trying to make up sketches from my mind because I thought I need to get to a point where I don't ever need reference. I need to be able to draw without reference. But I no longer think like that because there's nothing wrong with using reference in your work. As long as you don't copy it and pass it off as your own. Trying to draw upside down. Whoa. So yeah, more live drawing. You're going to see a lot of quick sketches in the first few of my sketchbooks because I thought that's one way to get better. Well, I love this sketchbook. It's when I started to draw animals. A few years ago in January, I picked up an illustration for animal course. I did it for 4 weeks from 9 to 5 a.m. every Saturday. And after the class ended, the teacher encouraged us to keep drawing, so I went back. I went back to the animal museum. I never went to the zoo though, but I went to the animal museum and I started to draw. People used to come up to me and say, wow, that looks so good. I love your artwork. That's my favorite page. I like the bird. And I think this is where I started to fall in love with drawing animals. So I draw all sort of animals, even the ones that weren't at the museum. Elephants, trying to give them different poses, trying to give them different expressions, studying the animals. One thing you'll notice as well in my early sketchbooks is that there isn't no color. I wasn't using any color. I was just doing pencil work, and I love pencil work, which is good. But I wasn't actually as confident as I am now. I wasn't experimenting with color. I was just mostly looking at shapes and just trying to make things interesting, which was fun, which is fun. It still is. Expressions again. Yeah, and yeah, so there's a little bit of color swatch, but I really wasn't confident. You'll see towards the end of the book where I did a little bear, and you see, the struggle. But anyway, yeah, so these are bears. I was trying to put them into composition. Yeah, I was trying to make it like as a composition as opposed to always drawing things out of composition. So there's the bear. He's on my Instagram. You should definitely follow me there as well. I upload more frequently on my Instagram than I do on YouTube. I'll put the information for that towards the end of this video. Yeah, so I even practiced drawing hands. I love this sketch. I drew it, a girl and a pet kitty cat up in the air in an airplane. Yeah, skydiving. Yeah, this is my comic that I did years ago. I asked my brother to help me. But yeah, Beware of Mud. That's the name of it. Yeah, I enjoy writing it. And putting it together. Yeah, so I started studying parts of the body, as you see, the muscles, and I just wanted to get better at art, so I was doing anything I could possibly think of. So this is the bear I was telling you about. Oh gosh, I struggled so much to paint him. But it was fun. I learned a lot. So I was experimenting, doing online gouache classes. This guy on the left there, in the green. Yeah, it was from an online class. And the bear, I was like, I don't know how to paint a bear. And now all I do is paint animals. So yeah, I was just experimenting a lot and just trying new things, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So this other sketchbook now is filled with live drawing classes, filled with gesture drawing. I was trying to get the rhythm. I was trying to make the people look as though they're moving on the paper. I was learning about perspective and drawing things in perspective, learning about the bean body and drawing the torso as simplifying the torso as a bean or in boxes. Yeah, I struggled a little bit with it, and then I will go back and I'll try to, see, I keep going back to drawing animals. Even in my life drawing book, I was drawing animals. I was like, if I'm learning all these things about moving figures on the page, then surely I could apply it to anything. Oh yeah, so I was trying to apply it to drawing animals. More studies. Yeah. The planes of the face. Trying to see where shadows hit the planes on the face. I think this book was 2015, but I go back and forth when I'm drawing. I don't keep one book for like 2013. I'll leave out pages from the sketchbook in 2013, and then I'll go back in 2014 and join those empty pages. So yeah, another online class I was taking. So the planes of the face was for one online class, and this bean body was for another online class that I was taking. Yeah, and I hope you guys can see it, because the sketches are really light. They don't really show up brightly on the paper, but I hope you guys can see it. Yeah. So this is me just trying to practice how to draw the figure from my imagination using the bean body. I thought if I study the muscles of the body, I'll be able to get it. Yeah. This is funny. This part is funny. Yeah, I was just trying to cartoon the people's faces. I think I was taking another online class, I think by Jason Sealer or something, of how to create caricatures. I was like, okay, I'll take this class because it will make me better at drawing cartoon. All I had to do was just pick up a pen and paper and just practice and just see, yeah, see where it takes me. I've learned to relax a lot more with my artwork than I did back in the last few years. So my sketchbook is coming to an end, but this is part one. I have another set of sketchbooks that I'd love to show you. So yeah, more figure drawing, trying to draw things from my imagination. I'm glad I kept this sketchbook. I thought I'd thrown it out because I got rid of so many sketchbooks. But I'm glad I kept these ones to always remind me of how far I've come. So yeah, guys, that's it, really. That's the end of part one of my sketchbook tour. I hope you really enjoy it. And remember to subscribe, like, and follow. Yeah.